Alright, so I'm going to be showing this new visualizer that I just made in Z-Game. Unlike the other ones, it doesn't use any sort of polar effect, which would be kind of, I guess you could call it the sphere that's reacting to the audio. This one is simply using light, as you can see from me simply talking. So I'm going to play a loud part and a quiet part of my song Superhero, just so you can see like the effects of it. So here is the drop for Superhero. As you can see, the brighter parts of the image are being highlighted in this visualizer, while the darker ones are kind of just being suppressed. The whole point of this visualizer is so that the light part can be emphasized by the audio. And here's the quieter part of the song, so you can see like the amount of brightness is different. Alright, so I'm going to get down to the basics of this visualizer. So this whole thing is just this picture rotating while also the lighter part of this image being emphasized by the visualizer. So this is the original image. I have it being automated by this dark blue one right here. It's simply the angle being moved up to 100% and back down to 0%. This is all that happens for the image. On top of the image, I added a 4-color gradient. Now, with the 4-color gradient, you don't have to automate every single gradient here. All you just have to do is automate the top left one, as you see here with the pink automation right there. And that's because the kaleidoscope actually, when used, it is mostly affected by the top left one, which is really convenient because you only have to automate one thing. So I'm going to play the visualizer from what we have right here. So as you see, it's really boring, but it gets much better. So after these three things, the bread and butter, I guess, I added a vignette, which kind of made the corners darker. So here it is before, here it is after, just a bit darker, more aesthetics. On top of that, I added a Yulin bloom, which would, as you see, highlighted the lighter part of the image, which we would go on to automate even more using these parameter shakes. So I used the Yulin bloom to edit the radius, gamma, and opacity, just to bring out more of the light. And I automated that using the parameter shake, another parameter shake in this peak controller actually. So as you see already, it's reacting to my voice. And I'm going to show you what it's like again with a drop and then a quieter part, and I'll explain a bit more about that. And here's the quieter part. So that's basically the full visualizer. I have a couple more effects placed onto it, so I'll go over those now. I have a Yulin audio shake, which as you can see is making the image kind of react to my voice getting larger and smaller as the audio gets louder and quieter. On top of that, I added an It's Full of Stars just for a kind of an aesthetic effect, so it doesn't seem too bland, like it's just the image. It's supposed to show like there's other stuff there. And on top of that, I added my logo. I won't keep it here because I don't think the logo actually kind of fits in. Maybe if I had a more circular one, such as Trap Nations, it'd work much better, because let's find points like this, when you see the all white is getting kind of blended in. I don't think my logo would be best for this, but if you had a darker one, it'd be good. So I'm going to just take it out for now, just to show you what it'd look like if you had a logo in there. All right. So basically, this is the full visualizer. All right. So I'm going to go over a few things that you could use to personalize this, because the whole point of this is just so that you can have a starting point to start from, just something simple but also visually pleasing. So the first thing that you'd want to know is how to put a picture in here. It's simple. Just go to add content, add a picture, select a picture. As you see here, I have some pictures for upcoming songs. So I'm gonna bring in this picture here. It's this one right here. So that's all you have to do is just go here and find your picture. So for this picture, since it already has color, I am not going to use the 4-color gradient on there, just because I don't have to. If you want to, you truly could, but you don't have to. So this picture honestly doesn't work the best, but I'm just showing you that you can import any picture that you'd want and just toy with it and find what you like. I'm gonna go back to the original one actually. Another thing that you can do to edit this to make it more personal for you is changing the effects actually. So you can add a blooming effect like I have here. As you see, it's a bit more flickery. That's due to this slider here, the flicker effect. Just more lightness, I guess. It just reacts much better than what I have originally. And you can also edit the amount of bloom you want. The brighter you go, the brighter it gets, obviously. So that's a real cool thing. And this works much better if you have a darker picture with brighter lines, such as this one right here. I have a neon picture with just somebody standing in front of a neon hallway, because that's what people do. And it looks so much cooler like this. Another part that you can edit that also works really well with this neon hallway, or any sort of image that you have that has a lot of bright lines, is editing the top left hue of your 4-corner gradient, just so you can add a little effect in there that's visually pleasing, and it works well with the audio. So I'll show you what it looks like actually. Make sure I have time. Yep. And actually, you could add another blooming effect onto this. Turn that bloom level up a little bit, and it just gets a bit brighter. This is all just so you can have a starting point that's decent. You can edit this in any way you want, add your image and logo. I've already showed you how to do that, so it's all really simple. And that's about it for this visualizer. I hope you enjoyed it, and you want to download it. The link is in the bio, along with the song link and where I get my pictures from. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you use it and do cool stuff with it.